Yeah, we're going to talk about that midfield in just a bit, but let's start with Eddie Nketiah, his 100th Premier League appearance here today. We talked about Callum Wilson, how in form he is. Eddie Nketiah, not too different as well, albeit his stats are skewed with the hat-trick that he scored against Sheffield United. But it seems every season, Olivier, we have the same discussion about the Eddie Nketiah conundrum. Is he good enough for Arsenal?
For me, he's fantastic. You know, he runs his heart out. He's a hard-working player, a young, hard-working player. I think he lacked a bit of experience at times, especially in his finishing. I think he can be he can finish a lot better. So he's learning. He's learning with the games. But unfortunately, the games are coming thick and fast, and he needs to put the ball in the back of the net, and that's what you want from your centre forward.
Well, he's already scored more goals than he did the entirety of last season. Of course, he haven't had too many opportunities last season, Kev. But when you look at some of his moments here, do you feel that he has developed as a player, as a striker over the last few years? Because, well, he doesn't have an all-rounded game. He's always known as a poacher. Has he shown that he's more than that recently?
I think Olivia said it best. He's developing. He's still young. He's still developing. Some of his finishing is excellent, and some of his finishing is wayward. But that's what you get with young players. Young players sometimes are hot and sometimes cold. What you need is consistency. You see them putting the ball in the good positions there. I thought this was a really good take and finish, good touch. And then you will see him have a bad first touch and not finish. So he is developing. Arsenal need a striker who is going to be consistent. I mean, this is a wonderful strike. His confidence is high there.
And that's the good thing. The good thing about Nketiah is that he get into those positions. Yes, at times he doesn't finish them well, but he get into the position that you want a centre forward to get to. And he does that perfectly. He just needs to be a lot more clinical.
So how do you get that consistency? Because albeit he's still young, I think he's 24 at the moment, but he's coming to that age where he's slowly hitting his peak year, so to speak, in footballing terms. How can he get that consistency? Is it the minutes? Because let's face it, if everyone's fit, Gabriel Jesus is going to start ahead of him.
Jesus is a most complete player than Nketiah, no doubt about that. But Nketiah has got the work rate. He works hard as well as he's creating. He goes to the channel. You know, he doesn't mind holding it and turn it with it. You know, he does everything well, but he doesn't excel yet in anything, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So he's a player that I like because he works hard. He's all over the place, but at times he lacks composure.
It does take minutes on the pitch, but here's the difference. When you play for a club like Arsenal, and this is why the question comes up every year.
Yeah.
Eddie Nketiah, yeah, he's developing every year, but Arsenal's ambition is getting bigger every year because they went very close last season.
Are they outgrowing Nketiah?
Exactly. Nketiah has to have an incredible season just to be on a par. 15, 20 goals, then I think the fans will say, okay, Eddie, we believe in you now. But until he gets to that position, and he may not ever get the opportunity because Jesus is so good. Havertz could play up there. And, you know, Arsenal fans are already talking about getting a new striker in January.
On the game will get you the experience needed. But to keep your place in the team, you need to start scoring goals, and a lot more goals than he is at the minute.
Well, you got to give him credit for his mindset, though. He's always coming on. Even sitting on the bench, coming on as a super sub, he's always kept that mentality. He's never really complained, never sulked. He does his job.
He never lets anybody down.
No, he doesn't. He's a young player, and he knows that. He knows he's got a lot of work. There's a lot of work to be done, and he understands that. And when he's on the pitch, he gives 100%, 120% as well. But it's just he needs games to be able to have that finishing touch.
And also something that I heard he done, he rang Jermaine Defoe because they're similar players. He rang Jermaine Defoe about finishing to help him with his finishing and his positioning. So that tells you that's a young man who wants to get better, who wants to develop. And that's why I believe Mikel Arteta really likes him.